But we ran our house, I was gonna tell you, on solar for like 2 straight days. It cut off in like the early morning, like when we got up to go to work, the batteries ran out, but we can literally run our house as long as the air conditioner doesn't run off our solar system. We don't have like the electrical completely finished where the air conditioner and the dryer are off. And our problem right now is not generation, it's battery backups. Like during the day, it's not an issue at all, as long as we're generating. But if we have to run off the batteries, we don't have quite enough to have the air conditioner and run overnight. Because it's humid here, it runs like a dehumidification setting a couple of times at night. That is what's tripping it, but it's really cool. I am gonna have Jeremy explain all of it to you guys once it gets completely finished, because there are a couple of more pieces that the electrician has to help us with so that you can understand like what parts of it are off grid and what parts of it are like how it works with the grid and the inverter, and I don't really understand it all. So he'll probably have to either write it down for me or just explain it. Coming to see if anybody's in heat today. They all look pretty chill. We got Pepperoni over there. We did breed Nani a couple of days ago. So not yesterday, but the day before. She was our first one, so I bred her on October the 11th. And I ended up breeding her with Bean, where I normally breed her with Luke. We'll see how that works. The plan was to breed her with Luke. Luke is quite a bit older, and I always forget, I think he's closer to like 9 or 10. He's older than my oldest girls. And he just has not been, like, to me, in the best health lately. Not necessarily in poor health, he's just getting older. And so he's not quite as feisty as Bean is, and it may end up that Bean breeds all the girls this year. He and Bunny are the only one that are too closely related really to breed. I've wormed him, I've looked at his feet. He is acting rather healthy. He's just not as, like this, we do a lot of this, as spry as this one is. Hello, pork chop. And I don't know, I may have the vet come out and just do a general health check on him. He's kind of done this with his back legs, where his back legs are a little bit weird. And I've kind of done some research and there's nothing real specific. His feet are fine. He runs, but he doesn't act like he's in any pain. I think he just may be old, getting a little arthritic. You know, goats' lifespan, they're like 12 to 14 years. That looks like that's going well. And I think for him, he just may be getting older, because he seems absolutely fine. Eats well, color's good, coat's great, he's fat, he's running around, he's still acting interested. Doesn't look like he's in any kind of pain. It's just a little bit weird. He gets like any worse or anything changes, I'll have the vet come out and see him. I don't take the bucks in, it's just too much trouble. And they're too heavy and they stink. And so I don't want to put them in my car. And so I just generally have our vet come out to see him, and we may have to do that with the way his legs are. But what's funny is he'll stand on them like he's just not in any pain. He doesn't look like he's in any pain at all. He's just funny. Hi. It's very nice weather today. But Nani was like standing here courting Bean on Tuesday, so. Hello, sweet boy. Definitely knew she was in standing heat, ready to be bred. Poppy looked iffy that day, but not quite, and I assumed yesterday that she would be like ready to go, and she wasn't. She was interested, so I don't think that was the case. I think she was just acting that way because Nani was in heat. All this dating's not going well. It's not. And I think it's because of all the temperature changes that we've had. It's been hot, it's been cold, it's been hot, it's been cold. It's a big leaf leak. Because the boys are plenty smelly. And I have seen everybody cycle in September, so I know it's coming. And I think the problem is they all cycle toward the end of the month. And so we're waiting, basically. Let's go see everyone. These are my new earrings. Some of you guys noticed my other ones, my little sunflower ones the other day. They're from this place called Opal and Rain, and it's like all like one word together on Etsy is her shop. Her name's Lisa, she's from Pennsylvania, and she hand makes these like clay earrings, and they're really inexpensive. Like I think these were like $8, and they're handmade, and they're just really cute, and they're named after her daughter. Her daughter name is Rainy, so if you're interested, you can go. She puts out new ones like every couple of weeks, so she's always like restocking the shop with different things, and she's had lots of little cute Halloween ones lately. How is everybody? How are we? How are we? Take a girl. How's Pop-Pop? That's what it says, Pet Nemo. Yeah, he scratches. Woman? Scratches. Eat some wings. Doing good. Let's check. We got rain yesterday, and I was hoping things would green up a little bit. We still have a little bit of sun. It is pitch dark by 6:30. It's crazy. Maybe we could get a little bit of growth with that. It was very little amount of rain, but it was at least something. I need to check on Nani. She was packing food away in her mouth yesterday. Hey. Yep, she's gotten rid of it. So like, it's been really funny. It's been worrying me. Like every once in a while I'll come out and she'll do this big like glob in the side of her cheek. And CL, which is one of the goat diseases that is very contagious, and like we would have to not breed and completely close our herd down, and even think about euthanizing a goat if they ever got CL because it's so contagious. That's one of the like symptoms. It always freaks me out, and she has gotten to where it's just food. And I go like poke at it, and then she puts it in her mouth and eats it and swallows it, and it's just hysterical, but has scared me to death a couple of times. If you guys have been with us from the very beginning, Zelda got stung by something a couple of years ago, and it looked like that, and it worried me to death, but it was just a sting. Nuggie, what are you doing? See, climbing. Has been a little frustrating with the breeding that I have not, like, I've bred one goat and we're in almost like to the middle of October. Just means everybody will be late in March, which is frustrating because that's spring break for me at this point. One of you guys did ask me why I don't do what most people do, which is split them up, split the boys up, and put them in different pens and let them stay for a month and let them breed everybody and be done. It's only an option. The issue that I have right now is that I'm not breeding all of my girls. So I was breeding everyone. I could put Bean and his girls in the top pen, and then I could put Luke just out here with everybody else that I need to get bred. But that would leave me with like Daisy, Tinkerbell, and Bunny that could not be in with him for obvious reasons. And the girls really don't like the pigs. Like the pigs really scare them. So if I had to put, in theory, what I would do is take Luke, put him in that top pasture, put Nani and Poppy and maybe Pixie in with him, those three. And then I would put Twizzy, Zelda, Twizzy and Zelda in with Bean. So like Luke's gonna breed 3, Bean's gonna breed 2, and put them in for the month and leave them and just let them breed them as they come into heat. The problem with that is I need to know specifically what day they're bred. And honestly, right now, I am not necessarily getting out here every day long enough to pay attention. Like I'm basically doing this. I'm coming out for a little bit. I'm checking everyone in the mornings. I check anyone in the evenings. And I can tell you right now, I get a pretty good idea, and I will film in the morning, kind of show you. Bean immediately runs out and stands at the gate first thing in the morning. As soon as done eating, he is there. And the last couple of times somebody's been in heat, that girl has come straight out of the barn when I opened the gate and stood right in front of him. So I've known, okay, this afternoon I need to breed that particular goat. I don't necessarily, I work full time, I'm not here, I can't watch them. I would worry that I wouldn't know when they were bred, that I don't know when they're due, and I have to be pretty on top of it to know. And I'm not here when they kid. A lot of times I'm at work and I'm coming back and forth, and it's a very busy time at work, and so if I don't have it really nailed down to a date, then I don't know. I could put a camera on the outside of the barn, and we have planned that and tried. There are just so many other projects going on in our life right now. So like this garage has got to get finished. The solar has got to get finished. Work is very crazy for me. In all reality, I should take this breeding season completely off. Like I should give myself a break. I should give them a break. It's just too much to manage. But I love babies and I love having the milk, and that's the whole reason we have them. It's hard not to do that. I've done that for 6 years. I love it. It's my favorite part of the spring. It's like my friend's favorite part of the spring. I get the milk. And it may be that this year we just don't milk again like we did before. We have the babies, we grow the babies, and we kind of move on. What I'll tell you is if we get into October 15th, probably like this weekend, if I've seen no other doe go into heat, we may do that. We may take Bean and put him up there and take Twiz and Padme and put them in that top pen for the rest of the month. Poppy has to, and we may take Pixie. We may just take the 3 of them. Poppy is the only one that can't be bred to him because that's her dad. And so we may wait and see if she'll go into heat, and then we'll breed her with Luke when the time comes, but not put her in necessarily with Luke. Also, putting 5 goats on that tiny pasture for 30 days is probably not a great idea. So we may have to decide Poppy and Pixie and let the others go, or just take Twiz out of the rotation and just put Pixie and Patty in there and have Poppy and Twiz out here. And if they go into heat, we'll breed them with Bean. We'll breed them with Luke. That's kind of where I am. It's just what we're doing. You kind of smell. You kind of do. Good morning. It is almost too dark and it is 30 degrees. It's like 37, but it's getting close to where it's going to be too dark for you guys in the mornings until time change, where it'll already be 9. Well, no, because we fall back, so it'll still be 5 o'clock. So we'll get a few more weeks. We have time change. I should grab some gloves. It is chilly. Well, good morning. Good morning. We're not so rambunctious because the sun isn't up. Hello? Yeah. Let's have breakfast. Mom's in a hurry. That will stink, jumping back and forth. I put fresh food in his bowl every day. He has the same as they do. He's getting to be a typical weather. Link is that way. He will go back and forth to all the feeders to check which one he wants to eat, and then he won't let anybody else eat with them. Oh, silly bears. Good morning. Good morning, Stinkies. Yes, you. It's cold. My hands are cold. 30s. It's chilly. Jeremy's got to get this concrete poured before it gets so cold it won't set. It is going to be a long day at work. Today, I'm not looking forward to it, but I am very much looking forward to the weekend. There's like so much steam coming off the creek, which is weird because normally the creek is way colder than the air, but I bet today it's probably in the 60s. The air is in the 30s. Buns, our little mascot that just stands here every day. It's gonna take about 2.9 seconds and Bean's gonna be standing there. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Still chowing down. Let's get the Cookie Monsters. Okay, Mom will see you guys later. Have a good day.